Hello everyone and welcome to Lychee Dragon Cookies trial, the brand new version with Alzroy Galcon. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to conquer it in the Diamondrank, aka the normal difficulty. If you do like this kind of content, then be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell so you will not miss out on anything that I put on this channel. Everything is free, you don't need to pay, and by subscribing you make this channel grow and flourish even more, which makes me happy so I can create more content for you to watch. So, Lychee Dragon Cookies trial, and I have to admit, this trial is a bit tricky than I thought because the whole idea of this power-up that I just picked up earlier, and that's only available in this particular version of Lychee Dragon Cookies trial. And the reason it took me so long to beat this particular cookies trial because I tried to maximize it, and yeah. In the end, I tried my best, but I just missed one or two little power-ups, and yeah, you could probably do this trial better than I am. So you might have realized that my Lychee Dragon Cookie is slightly different compared to the original version. That's because I've managed to get this legendary costume by purchasing it. Anyway, let's talk about the treasure set that I'm using for this particular run. I'm using the Rattling Claw, that's the treasure on the left side. In the middle, I'm using the Rambutan Handler Glove. And last but not least, the treasure on the right side, it is the Apple Candy Balloon. So, what other things that we can talk about in this update? Oh yes, the event to get the legendary treasure, the Spear of Cataclysm. I have to admit that was a very tough event. At one point I thought that we are not going to make it because the community is actually quite small and Devsisters tasked us to create 100 million spears to beat Longan Dragon Cookie. And I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. I thought that at some point they definitely have to reduce the amount of spear that is needed to beat Longan Dragon Cookie because, like I said, 100 million spears, it is way too much, but thankfully, thanks to everyone, we managed to pull it off. I don't care if you don't end up in the top 100 of the leaderboards, that's also me included, but hey, at least we managed to get it. Hopefully this legendary treasure will stay useful for a long time, just like the unidentified flying donut. And I will be utterly pissed if at the end of the year that legendary treasure is obsolete. Anyway, as usual in my videos on CookieRun cookie trials in this game, you are going to see two runs from me. The first one is obviously the one that you watch right now. It is the run without the assistance from one of the legendary treasures. And last but not least, the second and final run in this video, it is going to be the run with the assistance from one of the legendary treasures. Anyway, see that little buff there with the Lychee Dragon Cookies head that I did not manage to pick it up? That's the only small buff that I didn't manage to pick it up. That's because the blast momentum suddenly stopped and I was trying to get it from above, but that's not how it works, sadly. Anyway, now is the time to move on into the next part of this particular video, which is I'm going to conquer this cookies trial once again, but this time with the assistance from one of the legendary treasures. So, the second run with the assistance from one of the legendary treasures. You might think that I said I'm going to use the unidentified flying donut, eh? Now, it turns out that that treasure is not the best legendary treasure to be used in this particular cookies trial. That title actually goes to the Eternal Wish Meteor. This is the legendary treasure that was introduced during the 7th anniversary update, one of the best updates that we got in this game. Anyway, I'm switching out the Darkling Claw for this legendary treasure, and let's see how far I could get into the leaderboards. Definitely not into the top 100 because I haven't unlocked the level 5 of Lychee Dragon Cookie's magic candy, therefore I cannot get the blessing that I actually want to. Now you might have noticed that Lychee Dragon Cookie's ability now has been reworked, and to be honest, I kind of miss Lychee Dragon Cookie's pet, not the pet that currently follows Lychee Dragon Cookie. I mean the other pet. Just take a look at the old version of Lychee Dragon Cookie's trial and you'll see what I mean. If I remember correctly, that pet's name, it is called Fluffles if I'm not mistaken. And somehow that particular pet didn't make it into the new version of Lychee Dragon Cookie's ability. So I'm guessing that Fluffle has been turned into stone by Longan Dragon Cookie. And the saddest thing, that we never actually see that particular pet turning into stone. So sad. With that out of the way, I'm going to mention the scheduling for the next couple of videos. So the next video, it is going to be the brand new Lychee Dragon Cookie's trial on the hard difficulty, and I'm going to show you how you can manage to beat this particular cookie's trial without the need of speed boost. Yes, this is one of those trials where speed is so essential, but you can actually manage to get the rainbow rank without the speed assistance. Trust me, you do not want to miss out on that one. And the next couple of videos will be the brand new chocolate bar cookies trial on the normal and the hard difficulty, and last but not least, the brand new version of the Spectre of the Colossal Dragon. Because in this update, the final 3 stages will be released, and by the time you watch this video, I can guarantee that some of you have already tried those stages out. Judging by the video of the update preview that Devsisters released a couple of days ago, it looks like the final stage will be a combination of breakout and raid run, because we are going to fight head-on, literally, against Longan Dragon Cookie in its colossal form. Well, colossal dragon form to be more precise. And I do wonder what comes after the Dragon Saga comes to a close. Most likely based on the roadmap video that Devsisters put a couple of months ago, it looks like we are going to meet the cookies from the Creme Republic and possibly the Parvedia Institute as well. Not gonna lie, I do wish that Espresso Cookie will be one of the playable characters in that update when that time comes around. Anyways, that is the end for this video. Thank you so much for watching. This is Altroy Galcon signing it off, and I'll see you on the next videos. Take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.